Good morning. Good morning. We're jumping on. It is 7:05 a.m. Central Standard Time. And today we're talking about kind of a hmm, how should I think about this? Hmm. It's funny. It's about I'm no good at jokes early in the morning. Would have failed as comedian. I was trying to put some pun together with thoughts and too tired to kind of follow through with it. Anyway, we're talking about how you are not your thoughts and how thinking can be our greatest gift or our greatest demise. Personal overthinking on things that don't really matter, that tend to beat us up a little bit more, or not using our thinking to our full potential, putting ourselves in an environment to expand our thinking, to learn from it. And I think the key word that would be here that resonates with me with trying to kind of put this together. So a little bit ambiguous, a little hard to follow, but you are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. The thoughts that come in and go out are more like clouds that come in and roll through the sky. Less cheesy analogy. Your thoughts are like your digestive tract in your body, they just happen. And many times we can hear arguments such as, well, you're but you're being your thoughts get influenced really easy from something external. It's like you're telling me that you don't feel, think, react certain different ways when you eat different types of foods. What are the thoughts going through your head when you have strawberries and a piece of peanut butter toast versus getting like a triple baconator from Wendy's or something like that? Of course, these things can be influenced. The systems need to work in a productive fashion. And your thoughts, it's the logic part of our bodies, and it's easy to trust and to learn from. But if we can take an observer approach, if we can not identify with every single thought that comes in, to better understand that we think to survive in a lot of cases. And this is why we're so hard on ourselves. Granted, this is why we have skyscrapers. This is why we have all these insane luxuries that are available today, because we've been able to think, innovate, produce, continue to hustle and bustle to kind of keep the chain moving along with that. But we also have a lot of things like depression, anxiety, things that happen when there's imbalances, too much, too long concentration on the thoughts that are coming in that aren't supportive to what it is that we're truly trying to do. What would be some examples of this? We have irrational thoughts all the time. You walk into a restaurant, you smell someone's food, it smells really good. You don't just go and grab and eat it, even though you're hungry and it smells good. You had the thought in your head, it come up. Or I'm sure there are many extreme examples when you sit in your own seat and you kind of think of, where the hell did that come from? And the question of that is still, to my understanding, pretty much unanswered. And there's not a whole lot of control. So when there's not a whole lot of control, I would ask, maybe we place a little bit more forgiveness. So when something comes up, say a coworker has made more sales than you, and you feel defeated, you didn't get the bonus they did, they're better than you, or any type of thoughts along this, I am not enough. Most of us as humans kind of come back to that. I am not enough. I haven't done enough. I don't have enough. I am not enough. And it sucks because the burden gets bared to one person. You might get a nod of sympathy here and there. Your friends might nod at you, but they're going through the same exact battle and shit as you. It's hard to speak for other people, groups, areas, experiences, because we only really have our own. But from the research and reading and from my own personal experience, a lot of these thoughts that come in, they're not as helpful as one would maybe think. But we do understand that we can be influenced. We talked about digestion and food, and we talked about how certain foods, healthy foods, influence our mind to get us to think in maybe a more creative way, of being more focused, concentrated, less distracted, all those good things, right? Well, if we understand that that's something that we could partially control, is that if our habits and our environment, the people around in them, the foods that we eat, the time that we give to things, we can influence our thoughts to a certain degree. We can't completely control where some of those are coming out of left field, far left field, such as some hardcore judgment on ourselves saying we're not enough. Because we'll probably do that at some point today. We'll feel inadequate. We'll tell ourselves that we suck, something along these lines. These happen. But if we can continue to let those go, clouds that continue to come through and pass by because we are not our thoughts, and we continue to leverage more and focus on the things that we're absorbing. If you're reading good pieces of literature, and that's what you're doing with your time, you're consuming it, that's along the idea of where you want to grow and develop, or in your own business, you're reading more about that, you're going to have more thoughts on that. Or if you exercise, you're probably going to have more thoughts along how your body works, how it's all a system and how it's all an even playing field and it all works together. So we're not our thoughts. When I was first reading this and learning this and kind of practicing it in coaching, I was like, dude, this is bullshit. What do you mean? Like, I gotta, I tell myself what to do. And then I started feeling bad because I wasn't getting enough stuff done. I started feeling bad because I kept saying I wasn't good enough. I kept feeling a lot of unnecessary pain because I was so focused on every little idea that's coming in and out, missed opportunities. These people are thinking about me. Those thoughts are such a waste of time because everyone has so much going on internally, focus. Like our minds are, with the amount of consumption nowadays with smartphones, like these badass computers, we have so much driving home already, focused, like taking in information, that it's no wonder why we're all pretty self-indulgent creatures. And people care. I care. I want to help. I want to coach. I want to provide homes for people and stuff like that. That's, at the same time, I'm still really focused on my own shit, and I'm a caring person. And that's how most people are. And that's okay. That's a big reason why, looping back to the beginning, why we're so productive. So not letting those thoughts of what other people think, maybe any fears along, maybe it's giving a speech at work or just kind of stepping up to the table, taking on more responsibility. However that opportunity is aligning for you, just remember that what you think other people are thinking is not usually the case. Most people get the benefit of the doubt, and you are not your thoughts. That is not who you are and what you represent. There's a much deeper form of being and being alive, which we're not going to run into and rant about today, but just maybe we replace some of these thoughts that affect our feelings with forgiveness. Gives ourselves a damn break. It's okay. You're doing good. Look at all the stuff that you're accomplishing. So we're not our thoughts, but yet a tool, like digesting food, circulating blood. There are some things we can and cannot control. Remember, these can be influenced to our benefit, but they can also negatively be influenced. So be careful of that. And life's full of surprises, right? Surround yourself with really good people, eat good foods, you have happy thoughts. Surround yourself with people who aren't working towards their goals, they don't have aspirations, they're grumpy, they're paranoid. Where do our thoughts usually head? That we have some say and some control. And write down, have a journal. Have a journal, write things out. Feel free to learn and leverage from your thoughts. It's the human brain, the most powerful thing on the damn planet. However, if we're not careful and we're not cautious, it can tend to lead to self-inflicting pain on a very consistent basis. So be careful, but knowledge is power, right, to a certain degree. However, I would say action is real power. When you take action on knowledge, that'd be wisdom, right? Or either way, we're over the 10 minutes by far. We are not our thoughts. Let's not eat ourselves alive. A little bit of forgiveness today. Look at the stuff that you've accomplished. You're doing great. Amazing stuff. Enjoy. We'll be back here tomorrow, June 30th. Wow. We're so close to July. I'm excited for the 4th weekend. I have some friends coming in. So everyone, let's get our work done. Let's get excited. And then it's time to cook out, hang out, have some fun. Everyone have an amazing Wednesday. Thank you all. Forgive yourselves. You're not your thoughts. Until next time. Cheers, cheers.